open a really, really sad OnlyFans. Oh, new sub icon like there. Woo! Look at that. Not even asked to cast. What a cock. Check your DMs. SP, mate, check your DMs. Honestly. SPWBK. Maybe I've messaged the wrong person. Oh, I'm literally lost. I honestly thought I'd message you to say, like, do you want to cast tonight? For some reason, I haven't. Mate, I 100% will get you in for game 2. Many apologies. Already seeing Chxlked, putting 5 on, but I think they've started the kind of easier end, but it does look like the guys from RM just looking to try and get a stranglehold in jungle already, but again, just struggle on the struggle bus a little bit. No, we are going to see Daniel just get tagged up in laundry right there. So indeed, the guys from Chxlked Esports doing a nice hold, getting some early time on P1 and then holding kitchen. So nice work. Legend's going to have that information, so you should expect to see some more people flood kitchen with only 14 seconds to go. I guess they can probably afford to just concentrate more on kitchen right now. Going to jump Hoodsy right now, struggling massively. So with him needing to get a kill, yeah, he does get off the mark. Presently Stimpy looking like he's on a flyer, just playing out of his mind right now. 7-3, does get tagged up from money there by Daniel, so that's a big kill. We're seeing Daniel gather some time, and it is RM Silver who just pop over to take the lead. Again, this is just heavily contested, probably more so than P1 was contested, which is baffling. Usually, again, we'll see like a decent control, but just not happening. They're just not holding back spawns. Either team, both getting pushed out, but with 30 seconds to go, probably only a couple more pushes available to either team, and that time's ticking over to Chxlked Esports right now, 42-27. We're seeing Stimpy on a 10-4, and presently Fade and on Hoodsy, we're approaching still struggle bus territory for a hard point, but yeah, it does get a pick there, but Hoodsy still struggling. He's going to get that time just to get himself some free points, just bashing that trophy. Still paranoid, one more player, and really good play. Stimpy with a big kill. He'd no right to get that kill. Leaves that tiny amount of scrap time. It's going to be a push now. Now, guys from RM aren't on the kill, and Stimpy is probably going to come up behind him with a few easy picks. Again, there he is, just as they transition in. Stimpy able to get that shot over on Daniel, I believe it was, who's 7-7. So, Kerbo presently just doing the most amount of work possibly, even with 12 seconds on the hill. Kerbo getting picks, but he does get tagged. We see 3-4 there. It is a bit of a back and forth as we see the trades go down right there. Keen, Cod, 4-6, captain of Chxlked Esports, just struggling a little bit. Cecil, the newest member of Chxlked Esports, again, just not quite on the struggle bus, but you can see they've at least split out the time between a few of them. 42 seconds, 24 seconds, and 57 seconds time on the hill for Chxlked Esports. Not at the same story that can be said for RM Silver presently. Really just hitting struggle bus territory now. They're a full hill behind, 101-39. And we are seeing Hoodsy just get us in the first seat of the struggle bus right there. And they just need to get as big a hold on this basketball hill as possible. And just try and maintain it, really. I mean, they've got no excuse. They've got a reasonably good setup. They just need to make sure that they're able to trade out. We do see one fall in the shape of Fade, but 2 still on the hill, and great play from Daniel, who's 10-10. Just getting picks, not able to finish those kills off with that AR, which is unfortunate here for him right now. Stimpy, 16-8. But again, we're seeing some players from Chxlked Esports on the struggle bus. 6-10 for Legend, 4-7. This basketball court just becoming somewhat of a battleground, but just great work for RM Silver. Just bringing this back from a 60-point game, and they're now at a 15-point game less. Just really great plays from them, and it does force Chxlked to go and get a strong setup on that P5 on the first rotation. We're going to see Fade get a pretty easy kill in kitchen right there, and he's just going to be able to rotate and get that pick as well. Don't know what that little noise was. Legend doing quite well in the kill, just to drag a bit more time out, but again, it is unfortunate that the usual slaying power of RM Silver just letting themselves down. Hudsey really on struggle bus territory right now, 5-9. Fade not too far behind on 9-12. So it is indeed the gun skill and just general slaying power of Stimpy that's the difference between these two teams at the minute, with a minute on the hill to boot. Hudsey, sacrificing a little bit of KD in order to get the time and keep this within a 20-point game. So RM Silver, maybe they're a slow steam to start and they just need to, hey, Odyssey with the struggle bus. Hudsey is stinky cheese. You casting anything Friday? If not, want to cast Cryptic versus Serenity for the CCL Cup. Unfortunately, my men, I don't cast on a Friday. It is my night off, realistically speaking, as such. But yeah, don't do Fridays, bro. And Daniel on 16-12 started to warm up a little bit. I feel like the RM team are just starting to get their sticks fried, ready to start slaying out on Chxlked Esports. Did look like a completely slow start for a few of these players, but now we can see Fade just on 4 behind, and we've started to see Hudsey just pick up. He does fall there though, and Kerbo 17-12. So Daniel's on a killing spree at the minute. It does look like he's found his sight. He's getting that centre and just spot on and playing his life really well. It is going to be Chxlked to just go into the P2 on the second rotation with a slight advantage, but it's not going to be much. And obviously you can see very much the guys from RM just making sure that they can cause as much problem as possible. Daniel again playing his life. I think he's on a 6th spree as we speak. So this should be really interesting to see how far he can take this. Just playing jungle at the minute. He's not seen a couple of those players play across, and he does get tagged up. So we do see the boys from Chxlked Esports start to make it across. A bit much to ask from Stimpy there. Keen Cod getting a TK, but also getting the pick over on Kerbo as well. Unfortunately, got the TK. It did look like Stimpy was probably over challenged there a little bit with the 74U. Probably just above middle distance, so just being a little bit wasteful with his abilities there. Cecil on a multi-kill. He's on 3 streak right now. We're going to join on board with the newest member and see how he's getting on. He does look to be frying inside kitchen. That's going to be a big amount of time right there. They've flooded the hill, so they're likely to pick up as much time as possible. They just need to stay vigilant and just get as much information as possible. Again, Legend just floods into the hill to support Cecil right there, who's 19-14. Daniel also having a great game as well, 33 seconds. Legend looking for the wall bang, not quite getting it right there. Up the fucking Silver, indeed, 39. Come on, the RM. Lots of support for RM Silver in the chat. 163 to 186, so they're not far behind the guys from Chxlked Esports. And this is going to be a potential moment for RM Silver to really turn this game around. We see Daniel just looking. He's got that information. He's very concerned about what is just pushed through. Just got to get those kills. Huge kills right there. We do see them fall, so Chxlked able to break that with Cecil just running into the hill. Now he's getting that kind of breakthrough time as that breakthrough SMG player, doing exactly the job that he's been brought in to do for Chxlked. Again, just a big kill from Legend, so puts Chxlked in that position where they're going to go about 30 points clear at this point, this very late stage, probably a little bit more. So they've got the potential to go 40 points clear. It does look like RM Silver are going to try and get another stronghold on basketball. They did this last time, able to get 60 points. Now they are in a position where that 60 points would take them into the lead, but they would need to rotate quite heavily and quite quickly into P5, and it's just whether they're going to be able to do that with Chxlked simply frying at the minute. 23-19, 22-15. I think we can take Hudsey off the struggle bus as we speak, and now you can see they've put a lot of players into hill. And does get tagged up there, Hudsey, right there. So money is free. So they're looking to get that back jungle control. Huge kills from Fade right there. Again, another big kill as the kill feed goes Silver. Kerbo with an important 2-piece on the hill. And again, they're just about to take the lead. So that failed break from Chxlked Esports is going to put them behind. Whether they decide now to maybe look at getting a strong hold on P5 on this second rotation, which it does look like they're about to do, very much in a position to just try and get this held out. But again, there's enough time for RM Silver to get a break. It just depends how they decide to push through. Will they come from kitchen? Will they look for a pinch? You would expect these guys to come from mid pillars. Thank you for the follow, Wilfredo. It does look like the guys from Chxlked have been able to just repel that first attack, but again, just plenty of time. Just need the correct call outs. Got to get those picks. A huge kill from Legend right there. We do jump on board with him. He's getting picks across. This might be enough of a defense for the guys from Chxlked Esports. Only 4 seconds. They've got to get into the hill. Kerbo gets on board. There's a big challenge right at the end. RM able to get onto the hill with 21 seconds remaining. Fade already on there with a lot of work to do. Daniel already set up. Hudsy just coming in to support, looking for those picks. They've got to get the challenge in. Are they going to be able to do it? RM Silver turn it round at the last possible second. 250 to 249. Absolute madness. These games have been so close. Absolute work done in the hill. Fade just... But Legend with the ARs, just Fade and Legend absolutely slaying out at the end in order to get that last few seconds on that second rotation P5. Just unbelievable plays from RM Silver. Turning it round. It was a lost cause almost, and they've just come back. Absolute work in the hill. Legend and Fade should be really proud of the work they've done. Unbelievable. Did not see that coming at all. Expected another break, but the guys from RM able to back up. Just wild plays right there. Great plays from the guys from RM Silver right there. So we are going to break the lobby up. I'm just going to pop the old headset on just to make sure the guys know that I might need to change the names round. Ah, Homeless, look at you. Look at you. You're too kind. Up the Silver. A lot of support for Silver. That absolute work done by the guys. Fade and Legend. Just absolute work. I think I'm already in his party. I think I might have got some players confused there. I did, definitely. So I've just got to check the names. Give me 2 ticks. I've just got to make sure the names are the right way around, guys, so don't just launch in. This would be easier if it was on PC, to be honest. There we go, gents. Thank you for your patience. So we are set up. Put some predictions on. I'd love to, but I need someone to go in and do it for me because I just don't have the thingy. I like doing the predictions myself, but I'm just absolutely shocking. Plus, I've got one other problem. I'm trying to get into Skelp's GTA role-playing server, and I'm having a murder setting it up. So I had to delete all my cache and everything else, and it's obviously meant that I just can't log into anything at all. So it's caused me great consternation at the minute. But yeah, awesome work. What an absolute game that was as we launch into... Let's get this show on the road. I'll try and do predictions, mate, but I've just got to... I've got to do all kinds of stuff to do it. Stupid Twitter, that's Twitter. Request SMS. I didn't log in earlier on, so I'm just being a knob. You know the script, guys. We're going to jump on board with Bomb Carrier and just, follow their path as they try and go through and try and get that bomb planted. 8607969. Right, so we jump on board. CCL Bomb Carrier, look at that, the new boy on board. Instantly grabbing bomb, doing some work. It's good to see him do it a little bit. accept cookies. Come on, man. It's so slow. Like, my internet was going to get fixed today and it just never happened. So we can see how these guys are setting up. We're already seeing CCL getting into that position and getting that first blood. Stimpy does fall, so Hoodsy and Stimpy both fall, so it's a 3v3 as we speak. We are looking at the next big interaction, looking likely to be CCL again, as Fade and Daniel do watch down that middle plane aisle. From beyond the bomb site again. CCL trying to get those picks, just not able to do it right there. And backing up and back round, exactly the same position, trying to see if he can get something different done. This might be more of an opportunity for him to get a pick on Fade. Fade plays his life really well. We're going to jump on board. CCL does get dropped by Daniel there, so all that information that he was able to give away is now cost him his life. That is an amazing kill right there from Chxlked. Really good reaction time and just outstanding jump shot there to get that kill in what is now a 1v2 RM Silver. It is still down to the guys from Chxlked to get that, so he's made it a 1v1, but we do see Keen has got bomb, and he is obviously going to try and get that down as quickly as possible. So this is a perfect opportunity for Kerbo just to sit and wait, try and get some information, see where Chxlked's gone. Again, doesn't know anything. This could be interesting because he's quite exposed. Again, Chxlked, did he see him? This is the question. Don't know whether he's just looking at a bomb site or whether he was actually able to see him. Kerbo leaving himself quite exposed. There we go. He has got that information, so we're going to stay on board with Keen. Gets that trophy system down and on his way. Absolute work done by the man right there. Unfortunately, not able to start one. How homeless did it? I'm a moron, mate. I am a moron. So we're getting some start of the prediction for you. I was too busy trying to do it, and then when I've gone on, it's like non-existent anyway. So it is what it is. Have we got anyone already on the struggle bus? No, it's too early to tell at the minute. So we're going to jump on board, see who picks up bomb. It's going to be Fade, probably the player of the hard point in the previous game, just for his kind of heroics at the end. But yeah, really great play from him at the end of the hard point. So he's got bomb. And again, we're just seeing kind of like a generic push towards. But we are seeing Six trying to get a bit more information, trying to get a bit more of an angle across down that A site, but also trying to peek that top wing. So a nice spec there. Kerbo just pushing across, leaving himself quite exposed, but I think he's quite confident that no one there, just peeking down that blue side of plane. Fade with the bomb. Force back. Does look like the guys from Chxlked Esports with a very cautious setup right there. We do see Stimpy fall, so a huge kill from Daniel with that watching that kind of A side and the yellow side wing, and it does get a pick. There was possibly in that window tube. 2-1 for Daniel at the minute, and we are seeing Stimpy approaching struggle bus territory right there. 2 do fall, so CCL and Keen on their own, 2v4. Just a lot of work to do, but we know these guys can definitely do it. Wish he'd realised I did the prediction. I'm a mong. Sorry about that, gents. CCL on his own. He's not able to get a pick. Unfortunately, the time to kill just isn't as quick as CCL would like it. And he does get tagged up. And it is RM who put one on the board. Presently 1-1 in this CCL Division 2 playoff game. So yeah, guys from Chxlked just able to do work. But then just a little bit too much for CCL to do in the end. And RM Silver bring that back to 1-1 as we speak. Let's go on board with CCL. So definitely the OBJ for the team. He's been asked to pick up bomb again, and he's going to push through. Again, this really unusual route you see some players take, where they push through the side of plane. It does look quite a heavy stack there. You can see the players from Chxlked Esports again, just with a big stack right there. And RM Silver again. It's a completely mirror image almost of the way the guys from Chxlked are set up. We're seeing Kerbo go 3-1. Kerbo with an absolute melting shot right there across to go 4-1. Just playing extremely well. We are seeing Stimpy unfortunately does join the struggle bus right there. He's on a donut right now as we approach the third round. We're in the third round now, sorry. So yeah, big donut for Stimpy, 0-3, and it's 1-1 at present. And we have got RM Silver with an amazing hard point victory, 250 to 249. For anyone who wasn't here and didn't witness that, yeah, map count man, as ever, you know that I'm an idiot and won't write it in the thing because of this delay. So map count, we are in the second. It's 1-0 to RM Silver, one of the best kind of hard points that you're likely to see, with a huge turnaround at the end, taking it 250 to 249 in the very final seconds. We are seeing Keane in a 1v2. He is a great shot, but whether he's going to be able to take both of these players down and get bombed down, it's never going to happen. Sure, RM Silver cleverly playing the lives there to go 2-1 up, and we're still seeing Stimpy on that donut right now. But yeah, I'm going to set Nightbot up at some point. I get told off enough for it, but I'll get Nightbot set up, honestly, I will. Someone's just got to talk me through it. I'll speak to Scarty and see what he says. We see, it's been CCL, so we can see that damage still fairly limited at this early stage. Fade with bombs. We'll jump on board and see how these guys again look to set up. Not one team looking to get any kind of A bomb site control, just consistently. Both teams kind of looking to get that B-bomb site control. We're seeing kind of interesting setup from both CCL and Stimpy though. We are going to jump on board with Stimpy while he is rocking this donut and just see if he can get a pick. Again, it's a lot to ask him to be kind of trying to get picks down playing with the 74U, but again, he just backs up, forced to back up, and he is fall again, so he maintains that quite unhealthy donut right there. Fade 1-1 with very little interaction in the game at all. Hudsey 4-2, so we're going to stay on board with Hudsey for a second. In fact, we do see CCL and that on plane, so we're just going to see if we can... I'm misreading that, actually. It's Kerbo and Hudsey on plane. So we're just going to jump on with Hudsey, looking to get another pick, looking to get better bomb site control maybe. Again, that's going to be a big pick. Legend, last alive, and unfortunate for him, he's a little bit off the scene, so it looks like the guys are going to be able to get bombed down. Daniel's going to have that information, and indeed, he does get tagged up, and it is looking very much like the guys from Chxlked are really struggling to play with the better strategies. Thank you for the follow, Dignified. It's 1-0 to RM Silver. They won the hard point. It was a raid hard point, 250 to 249. They were actually behind for almost the whole hard point, and just at the very end, just were able to turn it round in the last two hills. Chxlked do look like they've just been tilted a little bit by that defeat. I mean, it must be hard to take. And we're seeing Stimpy on the donut, so we'll jump on board with him. He's had the LBJ duties passed on to him, so if you can't get kills, do some kind of job. Essentially, what's being said, CCL being given a little bit more free roam, and this means that he's been able to just pull forward. He's 0-5. There's so much opportunity for him to go James Bond in this game, so this should be really interesting. Hudsey does fall there, so it's a big kill right there for Keen Cod. I'm going to jump on board with the captain of Chxlked Esports right there. It's 1-3 at the minute. RM Silver very strongly in the driving seat. Very much in the same mould of RM Gold, so just a very competent with the gun skill and just really, really cautious plays. Just looking for information, looking to get picks. It's again a 2v3 for maybe the fourth game running. We're seeing this kind of control from RM Silver, and again CCL though does look to be the most prominent player in this game for the guys from Chxlked. I think Chxlked to put a round on the board if Stimpy could contribute to the map in some way. 0-5 at the minute, not a great showing for him. They're going to get that pick on him. No, indeed, CCL last alive. RM, what an amazing defense right there at the end with two massive picks. Just taking that for RM right there. You can see this as he pushes in. Fade again, looking to solidify himself potentially as MVP for this best of 5, having an outrageous performance in that P5 second rotation of hills in the hard point, and now doing absolute work in this game. He's 3-2, but they were two of the biggest kills in the round so far. Raul, the map counts. This is the second in the best of 5. RM are presently 1-0 up. It was a 250 to 249. Presently seeing Chxlked really struggle. We're seeing Stimpy 0-5, approaching that definitely not wanted Bond territory. And you can see he's a lot more cautious, but again, I'm not sure he wants to be so exposed with that 74U. He may have been better placed going onto the plane. We will stay with him, but I don't think his positioning has been particularly brilliant. He's overcautious. He does see that there's a player tagged up there, so maybe he's a little bit more confident to push. Again, he does get off that donut, so we can literally take him from the donut and we can pop him on the struggle bus there. Hoodsy last alive, so this is a much better play from the guys from Chxlked Esports. And again, we did say we felt if Stimpy could get some picks in this game, Chxlked would get one on the board, and that's exactly what's happened. It's 1-0 to RM Silver at present. It does say just above, mate. Just there, calculated, just put it in there, 1-0 Silver, man. Just above there. You just go through the chat. I am going to set Nightbot up to do this job, so at some point that will actually work. But yeah, I'm just, I'm slow. We're going to kind of stop jumping on board with the bomb carrier now, and we're going to just look at some more interesting players. We're going to have a look how the defending team stacks up, so we can see again, very conventional, that kind of tube window, that far blue kind of holdover plane, and we're seeing those two players in plane. So we know Stimpy again in that weird position, so we can see if he pushes through, is he going to get tagged up by Daniel as he pushes through again? Yeah, again he just gets tagged up, but not enough information there, and he's not going to attempt the wall blank, but we do see Fade get that. So Daniel's shot's able to get Fade a fairly easy kill in the plane, and it's already a 4v3. Jump on board with Keen, one of the better players for Chxlked Esports during this game. And again, I think now Stimpy's fallen, that in its 2v2, that Kerbo last alive, very capable of getting this clutch, but Legend and Keen got no excuse. Unfortunately, he's not checked his corners there, and he does get tagged up, and we are starting to see a bit of a comeback from Chxlked Esports. We said when Stimpy was able to get on the board that Chxlked would probably be able to get a few more games, just simply because they were in too many 1v3s and 2v3s, and now we're seeing that completely turn on its head. I also think the confidence of RM Silver has probably made them slightly more aggressive than the earlier games, where they were a lot more cautious in defense and definitely a lot more cautious in attack. So again, we're going to stay on board with the guys from Chxlked and see if they can put another round on the board. It was such a close game in the hard point that I am surprised that this doesn't go to a round 11, but RM were just too strong in the end of the hard point. It was such a close match, 250 to 249. So we're on with CCL, the new boy in the team, just to see how he gets around. He has finally stopped bouncing around teams and landed at Chxlked Esports, so let's just see how he gets on. Again, this is a very difficult position where you have limited information. We're seeing Hoodsy with bomb. Let's see how he is getting on right there, so we can see that kind of setup. And it's obviously completely different for the guys from RM Silver, who again have just moved to that very much more cautious approach. Stimpy with a great opportunity there, probably not the ideal player you want just at the back crates there to try and get a pick across the plane with a 74U. Chxlked probably with a few questions to be answered right there within the team. But yeah, we do see Daniel fall, which is a great work we see there from Keen. But Keen again is traded straight out. So we see Chxlked end up in this position where it's a 3v2. RM Silver get bomb site control, and this is where they're particularly strong. That is a brilliant kill from Stimpy, making amends, playing his life. Indeed, he does get another kill. It's Kerbo last alive. And they do know where he is. They will get that information. He's tagged up, so he's got a lot of work to do. Stimpy does get that, and he's going to defuse. Stimpy, the hero of the hour. He's gone from 0-5 and brought this right the way back. He's 5-6, and he's on the defuse, bringing this round back to 4-all in this insanely kind of like, I don't know how you describe it. It's so, it's wild in terms of like, the closeness of the match. There's nothing to put between them. You can barely put paper between them. It's a fascinating like matchup. We expected RM Silver to come out a lot stronger than they have done, but Chxlked, really good mid-game, mid-map kind of regain. A bit of an odd one to push Stimpy out to that kind of like crate part, back blue with a 74U, but again he gets tagged up, and he did play his life really well. He repositioned and then eventually is able to take himself massively off the struggle bus, and in fact he's brought his team back to 4-all. So Stimpy very much the hero of the hour for Chxlked Esports, but still plenty of games to go. Hoodsy 6-6, Kerbo really carrying quite heavily for RM Silver. You can see him just trying to get some speculative shots across to the back of those plane steps. Unfortunately not able to tag anyone up. We're seeing Stimpy again being pushed through into this plane, which is a great shout. We do see him tag up both Fade and Daniel, pushing them off. It is at that point he pushes through, so Stimpy just seems to have got smarter as the game has gone on. enjoying the games. Exchange, good to have you on board. What's happening? Big dogs in as well. I'm missing all this. 1-0 to RM Silver indeed. But yeah, Stimpy's still playing his life, and we do see this 3v2. So the power position has swung all the way round to Chxlked Esports. We do see a lovely kill there from Kerbo. So again, just getting those picks. Daniel does fall, so it is down to Kerbo in this 1v1. Legend last alive. Bomb down. Kerbo with a lot of work to do. Can he get that pick? No, he knows the player is probably just far enough away. Just does he know? Legend has got a lot of ground to make up. Gonna nade that. Is Kerbo going to be able to get the defuse? He does get the defuse in. RM Silver with a really sneaky win right there. Just doing absolute bits and just able to like get that defuse. And then we do see that the Flak Jacket's able to fuck Cecil. We are able to see the Flak Jacket there, just making sure that Kerbo wasn't able to get tagged up by that grenade too highly and was able to get the defuse, taking RM Silver to 5-4. This is a hell of a game. TXM is wank. I thought Devo, you like come in. I thought Calculated's like, no, I'm definitely the most toxic, but then Devo turns up. It's like Daddy Toxic. We jump on board this time with Legend. He's 3-7. Completely different game to the one he had in the hard point, where he was definitely a lot more proficient in terms of killing. We do see Daniel just get an absolutely beam on him from back A Street right there. Again, that position that he seems to really, really enjoy. Whether he's able to see Keen Cod is just another thing. Absolutely. Pro Freeze, R4 TXM. There's a lot of hate going down, you guys. Fade 5-6 right now. Just got that bomb. Looking to just do a speculative grenade. Again, the kind of work we saw from Stimpy in the last round was just so much smarter than what that was. A speculative nade that doesn't tag anyone up, gives them no information. Again, in the previous round, we saw Stimpy push 2 players out the hill with nade. Has he not seen Kerbo there? I just don't know if Fade and Hudzy are paying enough attention to the map at all. 28 seconds left. They've got to get bombed down. It does look they're trying to do a convoluted wrap. So just the timing perfect. He's going to have that opportunity to get bombed down. Keen Cod just miles away from the action at the minute. So it's 1v1 with all the work on Keen to do. Is he got on playing fast enough? Does Fade know where he's going to be? We're going to stay on board with Keen. It is indeed his opportunity to try and get this game back to 5-all, to give his team. Is he going to do it? That is awesome play from Keen Cod. Really just reading the whole situation really well. And he's going to bring it back to 5-all. And he's trying to do something to my heart. Like, I'm literally going to have a cardiac arrest right now. They're bringing it back to around 11. The first map went 250 to 249. I think I'm being blessed by the best games at the minute. And this has gone to around 11 game 2. My head can't cope with it. It's absolutely, it literally, I have lost full. It's absolute bonkersness. But again, the second day running, we get these crazy ass games. But guys, I don't even understand. It's not even coming off. That's how much lost full I have. It's not even coming off. I don't even know who to jump on board with. We can't jump on board with Bomb Carrier. Who's the hero of the hour? Stimpy is the hero of the hour. Let's just say if he can do this, we know Keen Cod's 12-5, but that huge, big, like monumental play in the middle 2 games when it was 4-2 by Stimpy has brought Chxlked Esports all the way round from a position they just looked like never coming back from. RM Silver just had control and it just slipped away from them with those kills from Stimpy at the middle of the game, and that defuse, that 2-piece in the defuse just really doing work right there. One does fall, so Legend is out the game. This will be his last participation in this S&D right here. RM Silver in control. They've got they're massively in control now as Kerbo gets another kill right there, as Legend and Cecil have their participation in this S&D on Checkmate is no longer valid. They are no longer part of it. Out the game. Keen Cod on his own in a 1v3, an impossible situation. Bomb is going to go down, and we are going to see Keen in one of the most difficult situations that you're possibly going to find. A 1v3 against a very organised team. Again, big picks there, but they're going to have that information. And is Bomb down though? Silva take it with a shot punch in the end. Absolute work done. Is this? They're trying to kill me. 6-5 in the S&D. Silva go 2-0 up. Two of the closest games you're likely to watch, with a shot punch at the end, just sitting on bomb, not even trying to get it down. Just absolute work. Silva just blowing it away. 6-5, 250 to 249 in the first hard point, and then 6-5 around 11 in the second, in this S&D, this first S&D. I can't comprehend just how tilted Chxlked Esports have got to be now. They've come so close to bringing it back, and again we just see the guys from Silva just punish them, just hold it together and just play so well. Guys, don't forget, just give me a second to change the names around when we get into the new lobby. Thank you. Fade again, just solidifying his himself as the potential MVP for this playoff game. CCL, man, hats off to CCL right there, man. Getting these games so close, making sure the divisions are tight. It's never been better. Every game I'm casting at the minute is going to a game 4 or a game 5, so it's just crazy. Jake, mate, it's 2-0 to Silva, mate. Map 1 raid hard point, I'm not even messing, 250 to 249, followed by an S&D on Checkmate that was 6-5. Go game 3 now of this best of 5, so could not be closer. But we will be having the R4G tournaments back and on schedule and rolling again once we have a settled situation. We're just kind of unsettled at the minute, and then we'll be back on board with them, and we will learn our lessons from, the AM scene is very, very quick to be able to help you along and making decisions on certain things, so we have obviously listened in a few regards to that. Again, this is quite a slow loading, but we're going to stay on with Fade right there and just see how he gets on. Presently in the driving seat for the MVP. I'll put a fiver in. Can I become an owner? I'll put a fiver in. Mate, it's £2.50. If you put a fiver in, me and Widow will have to walk. So we can see Fade already looking for that pick to see if someone's gone top vent. Ooh, that's going to be an interesting fight. And he does take that first blood right there. A massive kill. CCL does fall quite quickly after him, but we are seeing that defense. Again, it's an unnecessary place to be for Stimpy. This is one of the better control maps. You don't necessarily need to be in the control at a point when your enemy isn't in it. All you're doing is giving them information to say like where you are. I always tend to stay a little bit further back from lights, or just out watching good players. They tend to come at an angle, unless there's someone definitely on the hill. And we can see Fade right there in a really awkward spot, being watched over quite nicely from the guys like Daniel is just top green right there, so we can see players pushing through window and that, and it's played well into his hands. But we do see Stimpy get a big kill right there. He does fall though. King Cod 1-1. We are seeing an 0-1 for Legend. Hopefully we're not going to pop anyone on the struggle bus in this control. We should see a fairly even game right now. Fader's first blood in CCL, you'll have heard it here first. And indeed, he did get the first blood, but I'm not sure if it was on CCL. It was whoever went top went. So just go back and clip that if it was, just for everyone's sake. You do know that needs to go online. But yeah, Kerbo 3-2 doing really well at the minute. Only one tick down at B, so Daniel is trying to do everything he can. He's going to get that second tip down, so we're going to see Daniel and Fade on the hill. I think that better kind of team prowess between Daniel, Fade, Hoodsy and Kerbo was paying dividends right now. His point B is secured, and they've got a huge kind of deficit in terms of lives. They've got like this 8 point life count now, and it just plays right into the hands of Silva, who are clearly the better slaying team and just slightly better organised. We do see Kerbo just out a little bit there, so we've got to jump on board with Legend, who's presently 1-2 and probably struggling the most at the minute. And just see if he can pick himself a few kills. CCL on a 2-6. I'm afraid we're going to have to pop CCL on the struggle bus right there. I'm sure that'll be a popular move. But 4 kills down in this S&D for the player, generally regarded as an SMG player. And he's hugely struggling at the minute, as are all the guys in Silva, with a really quick win on this garrison control, solidifying their already dominant performance in the S&D. But yeah, Chxlked will be disappointed that they came out the blocks so slow would have been a mad prediction if I wasn't currently watching the game live. That's fair enough. It just shows that you were paying more attention than I was, which is fair enough. I'm a slot. What can I say? Legend on a 1-4, CCL on a 2-7. The story of that first round is definitely a story of incompetent gun skill right there. Just letting themselves down a little bit. So we are going to jump on board with Legend, who needs that pick, and he's just destroyed by Kerbo right there with the first blood. So CCL now with a big opportunity to make amends for his already poor play, and we can see those players just trying to get picks and trying to get top green, get that control. CCL with a couple of speculative shots, not really doing himself any justice at all. They're about to get one zone over at B. I expect the boys from RM Silver to start making it across to try and get a defence in. Chxlked not really, as in Hudzy is just behind him. Hudzy with an opportunity to get a two-piece. He's not able to get that kill. Chxlked plays his life, lies down. Excellent play by Hudzy to just maintain that pressure. And a massive quill right there. Hudzy taking Stimpy. I've made the colours the same, haven't I? Fantastic work from Pablo. I have made the colours the same. 2 and 5 for Legend. Can he get a kill? This is the question. Is he even awake? Is he awake? 2 and 6. He's on the struggle bus worse than CCL is. It's wild plays. I feel like Legend and CCL have not been part of this game whatsoever, as we watch Kerbo go 10 and 5 right there. We are looking at the potential flawless performance from the guys from RM Silver. This has been a really slow round of control. 22 lives to 20, and we've got 34 seconds left. So a much more cautious approach from both teams. Just a really slow Garrison control round. Again, it does look like the defending team RM Silver are going to be able to hold this out. Just that extra slaying capability. My wife is just coming along to rob some crystallized ginger from... There we go. She did it so stealthily. It was an amazing... If only she could do that at night coming to bed. Daniel on 11 and 3, and presently in a foot race for kills. RM Silver take the win. Absolute work from the boys from RM Silver. 2-0. Just huge plays all round. Did 39 give me the link to his thingy? Oh, just a handful taken for the throat. It was a good shout. I need to try and pick up and see what... So we're going to join on board with the guys from Chxlked. Presently Legend 2 and 6. Yeah, he's definitely struggling. He looks like he's laggy as hell at the minute. Not able to mantle, just really struggling. Screenshotting a little bit. The Activision servers are playing up. So Legend does look like he's having a really awful time at the minute. We do see the players from both teams fall. So fairly even plays right there. Just going to bop back to the channel, see if we can sign 39 from ES Cynical. I'm going to have to mute myself though, because I think I'm going to be quite loud. So we do get the mute in. CCL 7 and 12, so having much more impact, but we do see those handful of players are going to get the 2 ticks over at B. Again, it is only 2 players getting that time over. They create quite the barrier right there, but was it going to come down quickly enough? No, but they've got the information, and it is indeed, they do Fade and Daniel tag up Stimpy. I'm just going to try and find ES Cynical and see if we can find 39. I'm not sure. No. Cynical, if you're still watching, send me the link to your Twitch channel. RM Silver with an enormous win right there. 3-0. Just taking that map so easily. Absolute work. Stream's lagging as well. That's unusual, actually. It might be because I've just jumped onto it. 3-0 to RM Silver. 3-0, a flawless performance in the end. Thank you for my wife to putting that stuff in the way of the screen. So we take the struggle bus off. It is indeed a flawless performance from the guys from RM Silver. What's the score in that Chelsea game, Stoll? Flawless performance, absolute work done by the guys from RM Silver. 3-0 in the end, 3-0 in the control, a completely different game all round from the one that happened in the S&D and the hard point where Chxlked, it was a lot closer. I'm going to give Fade the MVP right there. So flawless performance, we take the struggle bus off. And we pop MVP goes to Fade for the two big ending performances in the S&D. GG's RM. Legends, you look like you were struggling massively there, mate. It did look really laggy. Yeah, I only noticed on the third. Wild teams. Fade, mate, I'll give you MVP just purely because of your two games. Towards the end of the hard point in S&D. So, guys, some consternation in the chat. They're just saying that Legend was definitely struggling, but unfortunately they didn't make it clear and actually continued playing without him. So I guess that's exactly what happens. They're gonna take that to CCL potentially. But MVP goes to Fade. Just an awesome play at the end of the S&D. We will update that score right there for the 3-0. My computer's probably lagging a little bit, to be perfectly honest. I literally can't use my own fingers. Sorry guys, I'm just going to sort out the visual here right now. I don't know why it's so big, but 3-0 to RM Silver is just tremendous play. Really did done so well there. So guys, just pop that. That is the score right there. I'll take that MVP off. We can see 250 to 249, 6-5 and 3-0. One of the best of fives we've seen in an incredibly long time. Just awesome plays, guys. If you do want to pop over to 39's stream, he's going to be casting another playoff final game, so it's going to be super interesting. 39, if you want to pop your link in the chat, maybe feel free to do so. He's going to be casting massive game right there. For anyone who just wants to rock some league play, I'm going to jump on some league play. You can see 3-0. I'll pop the score up on Twitter right now. But yeah, GG's to RM Silver, and thank you for Chxlked from Chxlked Esports for letting me cast. Hope you guys enjoy.